of days. Today we hit week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
2nd and 5. Fields going to keep it once more. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this hits off the right upright, but it finds its way through. Could have gone either way, but he got it to go. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Fields on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bears, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Gone. The open man is Shark. It's complete. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. 3rd and long. It's gone. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're arming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. The Bears at 4-5, a game under 500. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Lions have recovered. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.   .
2
This out quickly to Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On second down, Swift. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Detroit! And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the 8.
There he goes left side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. They find some open field here. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Running to the right, this is Vaughn. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Keyshawn Vaughn, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the Lions are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they have their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
They'll roll him out right. Got a man open. It's Wims. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. And CD, that's the 2nd time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
A good pickup there of 22.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back to Montgomery on second down. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down they go, Montgomery. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They snap it to Fields. And he's got it. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Footing always a concern, but the extra points have been good. And the lead will shrink to 6. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. The final shot before break here. Goff. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes us all the way down to the Bears' 31-yard line. 129 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Goff now looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Vaughn. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they needed two. They could only get one. Fourth down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Bears will get the football back. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll begin by running the option. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Fields going to hold on to it. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 9 yards on the 1st down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1.
Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got
touchdown, Chicago! Justin Fields, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Here's the option going right. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. The field's going to take this himself.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything. But you're
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Santos' kick is up and through.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
158 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now a throw from outside the pocket, complete out left. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks him.
And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Throwing on 2nd and 14.
Fields.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Romeo Okwara able to record his 5th sack of the season. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fields going to keep it once more. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Targeting more, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before the season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interceptions. He's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have...
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Chicago, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Cause once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been moving like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a ward, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on force, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they gon' respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who is next. We gon' put them boys to rest like a Tempur-Pedic to bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me Folger, soldier. Flow feeling colder, some call it polar. You don't wanna box me, I'm feeling cocky. Hair stocky, leave him floppy, face naughty. Talking all aki, think he big poppy, then I'll chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Wild
up a chain of game. When the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game. No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies. Family size, leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives.